Hello friends, welcome to K-May Crochet. My name is Karen and I want to thank you all for coming and clicking my video. If you are new here, I want to welcome you. If you are a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by and watching my videos. On this channel, I like to share everything crochet, from what I made to what's on my hook, sharing patterns and other creative crocheters that create beautiful plushies and patterns. And I love to go and take you along with me on a trip to either my market shop or yarn shopping or anything that is related with that. I like to sprinkle in a little bit of personal behind the scenes, what's going on, and what's going on in the K-May Crochet Studio. So in today's video, I had said that I wanted to go through and review some of the yarns that I did purchase, and I pulled some of it off of my yarn wall there. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different yarns. Most of them are chenille or blanket yarn, and I want to do a little sampling or a swatch to see how each one works up. So I do have a selected handful of crochet hooks. I have a Susan Bates, and this one is a, let me get my glasses on. Anyway, Susan Bates, and this is a 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter hook. And then I also have a Susan Bates USL 11 8 millimeter hook for the bigger yarns. And this is for the bigger or medium size yarns. And then I have my old trusted boy hook, which is an L11 8 millimeter hook. I do have smaller ones. Let's see, where'd that other one go? It was just here. Oh, and I also have this 6 millimeter Lion brand wooden hook. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I don't really like using the wood hook, but wood crochet hook. And then I have the Prim. I like using this one as well. This one is a 7 millimeter, so I might be using that. And then I have a Clover J 6 millimeter hook. I like working with this. I have I guess a smaller hand, and I like how, and I'm a knife holder, left-handed knife holder. And I'm a under crocheter. Comment below what style of crochet do you use? Over, under, over. Are you a knife holder? Are you a pencil holder? I'm interested to find out. So, and then I have the Yarnology hook that is available at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember if Michael's has them. I'm sure they do. And then they should be available at Walmart, but I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it is a 6 millimeter. This one I use a lot. I tend to push the yarn limits with this one. It does do a little bendy bend, but it has not broken yet. So yeah, anyway. And then this is my second. I was raised on the boy hooks. I don't know what hooks did you learn on. I'd be interested in finding out as well. And I got my trusty old little scissors. They're nice and sharp. And I have my coffee in my Crazy Daisy vintage milk glass coffee cup. So cheers. And I do have my mic on. I'm hoping that it works. The family is out in the pool and enjoying their summer break, so yay to them. And so yeah, let's get on with this. I am going to flip you down to my tabletop as I crochet, and then I will discuss what my opinion is, or what the findings are in working with each of these yarns. So just give me a minute and let me set up this camera. And I have my row counter. So you can get these at Hobby Lobby for a couple bucks, and it keeps me on track. So we're on row 1, and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 stitches. Maybe it's 9 stitches square. So that was row 1. So I'm going to add an extra one chain, and we're going to go into the last crochet. I don't know if you can see it very well. So I chained 1, and we're going in the last crochet stitch, and we're going to crochet back. You always want to chain 1 at the end so you can keep your stitches. It helps you get to the next row. 2, and keep your stitches straight. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, speed round with these, so the video is hopefully not going to be too long. And watching me how I'm stitching this. So I forgot to show you at the beginning if this sheds, and I'm telling you this does not. I'm pulling tight. Does not shed at all. And it feels like, you know, more of a blanket yarn, and it's really squish. Be very good to make like thick winter sweaters or blankets or throws or pillows, things of that nature, or large plushies. 9 stitches across, and that's what that one looks like. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut this so I can keep it and have it to show later on. That way I can have them all laid out, and then you can see the difference in all the different yarns. But this was the Loops and Threads Grand Ombre polyester yarn, and this was the color of Mojave Desert. Okay, I'll put that back on later on. It's not wasting time. So I'm going to put this over here, and let me grab this Bernat. How did I do that? Yeah, I've already used this. I made the love bugs with this. So this is Bernat, but you can see that this band is a Joann's old band. You can see their price label there that I got half off of $11.99. But this is Bernat blanket in the color red, crimson. This is a super bulky 6, and it also, so 7 single crochets across and 8 rows. So sorry about my finger, I have to go and get my nails done again. I'm so rough with my hands, I tell you. All right, so moving on with that. So again, I am going to use this hook because it says to use a size 8 mm, and we're going to chain, we're going to single crochet 7, 8 rows, and this is what we are working with in the color crimson. So I don't count this one as a chain, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and you know what? I didn't test it again. Yeah, this doesn't shed. Well, maybe a little. Slightly little. Okay. Moving on. I think that kind of tells you. So I did 7 stitches across, which made it at 3 inches, and 7 rows, which makes it a shy over 3 inches. Yeah, about 3. You can see that. 3 inches right there. And there's the edge there. That's square. Now I have this is the Joann's Big Twist plush. Probably not in this color. I'm not aware of that. This color is Neon Rainbow Variegated, and it is a super bulky 6. It is recommending to use a 8mm or a USL 11 hook, crochet hook. It's saying 7 stitches across and 8 rows total. This seems great. So I'm going to use this Susan Bates hook again. Get my trusty old counter. And we're at 1. We're going to do 7. And I bet you anything that'll go straight to 4. Especially if I'm using the Susan Bates hook. I might have to go over with this one. And then 1 more for a chain. Okay. Switch it up a little bit because we're not going to be working in that last. We're not going to work in this last hoop. We're going to go into the 9 chain. Oh my goodness. I don't know what my problem is. Maybe I had too much coffee today. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So we're at 8 rows and it is at 4 inches. So that is true. True to the label here. So I'm going to cut this off. 0.5 ounce, 300 grams, 220 yards. So it should be just like the red and the white. So I'm using this as an example. This is a little bit bigger. So we'll see how thick that's going to be. Leave that here. Pick up my just a counter. So we're going to go to 1. And let me try this. My boy. Hook. And it says 7. I bet you it's going to be 9, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 8 and this is 4 and 4, just slightly under. So I'm good with this one. And also and I can also pin this somehow on my shelf or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. You know how they do at the stores? They have a little sampling right in front of the product. So, all right, well, let's, and I didn't do the pull test, the shed test. Oh, this is not shedding at all. Not at all. Hope I'm in frame. So, I mean, yeah, it's rough for me to work with, and I still think this is way thicker, just a little bit. It is thicker, look at that. You can tell. Oh. All right, next one is the Demi-Pearl by Loops and Threads. This is a super bulky 6. It is saying to use a 6.5mm hook or a USK-10.5 crochet hook. It is saying to get a 4x4, you use 11 stitches by 11 rows. Ooh, okay. So I'm excited to see what this works out like. Oh, and I will leave this here. Oh, and then this is the infamous vibrant green. Yeah, I'm at 9, and look at, I'm already going past the 4. So, and it says to go 11, but it shows the knitting. So I'm just gonna stop at 9 because that's what I stopped here. Look at the difference. Oh my gosh. Because I did the same exact thing on this 9 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. And 9 rows. Absolutely enormous. So, if you want to go big, I would definitely go with the demi pearl. You know, take a small little crochet pattern and use this, and you can explode it to a bigger plushy. That's huge. That was shocking, surprising. Yes. So, alrighty. Cut that. Next one. What do you think it is? Any guesses? Baby B, Cozy Occasion. The color is Back to School. This is 5.5 ounce, 101 yards. The color is Back to School. It is a, where are we? A 6 super bulky. It is saying for the crochet hook for a 4x4 inch or 10 by 10 centimeter USL-11 or an 8mm hook. To get this measurement, you would crochet 7 single crochets or chains for 8 rows. It says pull yarn from outside. Okay, I am back. So I got you hooked up to a charger. So we're at around row 6, and I'm really liking this, the color. And like I said, it kind of reminds me of maybe a smaller Bernat yarn, or it kind of reminds me of the Premier Basics yarn, which I'm going to be doing this one next. So we'll see. So let's do this test. Okay, so this is not even shedding. The Yarn Bee Cozy Occasions. So if I had to choose between this and the Bernat, I would pick the Baby Bee yarn personally. I don't know about you, but I don't know if this is demonstrating me showing you how it crochets up. As I'm still getting used to the Susan Bates hook. Okay, so I'm going to switch over again to the boy hook, see how well that does. over on row 7. Turn and work back. See, I feel more comfortable with this. Let's see what it comes out to be. So between these two, I don't see a difference in the feel of the stitch at all, really. But so if we go here, it says 7 stitches, not quite 4 inches, and 8 rows is 4 inches. Maybe, yeah, 4 inches. So to get this to be 4 inches wider, I would do, because this is 7 stitches, I would do maybe 8 or 9 to get to here. But other than that, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I got another swatch. Look at the color. Like a box of crayons. Maybe that's what it says back to school. I see a box of crayons that melted. Very pretty. And then here's the demi pearl. What a difference. And here's the big twist, original big twist yarn. That is much fluffier than the rest. Oh, I got that sideways again. But you can see the difference. That is just crazy. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Gotta stay on task here. Okay, I'm really excited to give this one a try. Premier Basics Chenille Bright, which I ordered. You can't get these in the stores, or I can around here. I have to order this online, and it gets here pretty quick. Oh, and then just a little plug here. I am an affiliate through Premier. I just started that a couple weeks ago, so I will have a link in the description below if you want to go and check out their new yarns that they're coming out with and their sales and promos. So yeah, just a small little plug. Anyway, so this color is mint, and this is it is a bulky 6, 112 yards, 5.3 ounce, 150 grams, and it's suggesting for a 4x4 swatch or a 10x10 centimeter swatch to use an 8mm or a USL-7 crochet hook, 7 stitches, 8 rows. I'm going to put it this way so I can keep an eye on that. So I'm going to use this toy hook going again, you know. But I'm having fun. Hope you're at least trying to enjoy my video over my voice or for the background. Okay, so we're at 8. So this is 7 stitches across. Can you see? Yeah. So we're just we're about right here on the 3 inches. So it didn't hit the 4 inch mark. 8 rows gets us almost to 4. And that's using the 8mm hook. So if you need it bigger, Alright. you know what? At the end, which one will I pull out of my arsenal? Any guesses? Let's see. All right. Sweet Snuggles Lights is next. I Loops and Threads. This one is 218 yards, 8.8 ounce. So it's not quite as thick as a Bernat. Bernat's like 10.5. 200 milligrams, 250 grams. This is the color. What is the color? Oh, Dandelion. And it is a super bulky 6. You know, it's funny. They all say super bulky. That's 8. I'm already at 8. Why did it say 16? Well, that's for knitting. Maybe one more. That'll be good. Oh, I really like this. It's super soft. It feels like butter. But anyway, okay, I did the test on that one. What do you guys think is the next skein? Okay, give up. Yes, Big Twist Baby Bear. And this is a super bulky, and for a 4x4 inch, 10x10 centimeter, 10 chains or 10 single crochets across, 10 rows. You need a K or a 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter size crochet hook. Does it shut? I do it with my nail. Very little. Very little. So, I like this yarn. And, yeah, I try to steer away from the big, bulkier yarn because it tends to make bigger, bulkier plushies unless you really want to make them. I have already plenty of big, bulky plushies. I need to make more smaller items. So, but I might indulge in the prim hook with this one. So I'm gonna use the Susan Bates. Look at that. Well, this one is 46 minutes. That's almost over 2 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was it I was supposed to do? Here we go again. 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yes, first we're at 4. Good. So we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to go into the 10th one. Or 11, row 11. Okay. Very good. Good job. All right. So with that, what do you think would be the next skein? Kind of gave it away already. Big Twist Posh Chic. 233 yards. Now, this one is 240 yards. This is 233. 7 ounce, 213 milligrams, 200 grams. Slightly smaller. So I'm going to take this off. and put it like this so we can see. This is a, okay, so this is super bulky 5. Hold on a minute. Baby Bear super bulky 6. Did I do that? You can kind of slightly. Slightly thicker than that. Same denseness, a little bit fluffier. Even the slightest of that, by the time you're done with your plushie, you'll see a difference. Slightly is asking for, I keep hitting it in my head, sorry. 8mm, L or 11. 8mm. I'll use this again. I don't know why. What did I just use with the... It said 6.5, didn't it? Where did it go? What did it say? Yeah, that said 6.5. This one says 8. What? I'm not doing that. I'm sticking with the 6.5. Susan B. I'm gonna break the law right now. Break the skein law, the instruction law, because I'm trying to compare with the other one. And 9, chain 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Chain 1. Go into 9th stitch. Crochet back. I'm getting quite used to it nowadays. We're at 10 and still not, because I know, look at that, that's 8 stitches at 3. I think I'm going to stop here. Any guesses? Okay. Baby Bee, adorable, happylicious. Happylicious, yay! And this is a 3.5 ounce, 92 yards in this. This is a, I don't know if you can still, if you can see that, the focus is on that. It's a 5 bulky. This one, the gauge for a 4x4 inch. Use a USM 13 or 9mm hook. So that's a huge hook. 10 chained or 10 single crochet at 12 rows. This is the biggest one I have. It's an 8mm versus their 9mm. Unfortunately, I don't have any bigger hook at the moment. So let me pull the band off if I can. Oh, let's do the pull test, the stress test. Okay, so that shed somewhat. It's somewhat shed. And then it stops. And I'll start with the Susan Bates, huge hook for such a small yarn. So to get it to gauge 4x4 inch, let's give this one a try. So it is how many stitches? 10. 1, 2. Challenging staying in this position for that long. That is a thing. Okay, that was 11. Didn't even get into the green. And we are at 4 inches. And we are at 4 inches. Using the correct size. Well, that's not correct, because they wanted a 9mm. This is 8mm. So you don't have to go big. Some people say the size down on your hook if you don't want it that big. So that was row 11. And what do you think the next one is? Slightly different, but it is the same brand, Yarn Bee. This is the Velvety Smooth. It is 3.5 ounce, 80 yards. Has less yardage than the Adore Ball of 92 yards. This is a bulky 5. You can see it right here. And it is calling for the gauge of a 4x4 inch square. Oh, that's knitting. To use a 9mm again for a US M13. They want you to chain or single crochet 10 across, 9 rows. I don't have a 9, so we're going to stick with my boy hook, and we'll get this off. Should pulling hard, and it keeps continuing to come out. So this is not like the Bernat or the basic chenille brights. So we're gonna crochet this with my 8, trying to stay as true as possible. Good gauge. You know, I don't have a 9. I think if I had a 9, it would go way bigger. Because this one, I use the 8 and it's the perfect size. So we're going to start with 10. 1. So there's the edge, and this is where it's about, so a little over 4 inches, and then this is a little over 4, and it was requiring a 9, no 8, no 9, and this is an 8, slightly bigger than the 4x4, like 4 1/4. All in all, I like, it's drapey, it's look at that. A movement where this has some movement, a little bit of stiffening, but like the smaller, second to the last smallest yarn and the polyester. Any guesses? Premier Just Chenille from the Dollar Tree. This comes in 65 yards, 60 milligrams, 1.6 ounce, 50 grams, 100% polyester. It is saying it's a bulky 6. The next one I show you is a bulky 5. No, it's a 4. I am shocked that this is a 5. I mean a 6. It should be a 5 in my opinion. So this one is requiring for a 4x4 gauge sample, you would need a 8mm or a USL 11. You need 9 chains and 9 single crochets across, 9 rows. Alright, so let's get on with this one. And this color is the mint color. they say chenille. I don't know. The red one feels thicker than this. I don't know if that's showing up. But this sticks up more than that. So I want to say this is a 5. So in keeping with what they are suggesting, an 8. Susan Bates again. And normally, again, I would use my 6mm with this. Look at that. Look at the difference. That I think is an overkill. But for this demonstration purposes, I'll stick with what they're saying, even though I know I can use my 6mm or even a 5.5mm, which I don't have right now. The smallest one I have is 6. So it's gonna be first for something, first for most. Okay. We need 9. 1, 2, 3. So, nope, didn't make 4, nor that. And I used the recommended 8. So, yeah, that's not true to size. So this is, yeah. So you can see how it's very loose. Doesn't stay its shape or its form. Which is good for blankets and like light sweaters or tops or things that don't really need to keep their form or shape. So I'm intending to buy any more of this yarn. I got a whole mess of it, and this right here makes me cringe. This very last stain. This is the Bernat Baby Velvet, and this requires, it says a US H8 for a 5mm hook, and it is a medium 4 weight. Here it says for a 4x4 inch gauge, 13 single crochet, 14 rounds. This is much smaller. Well, I don't know how much smaller, but than the velvet or the just chenille. Premier just chenille is a little bit thicker than this. Even though they say this is 6, I think they should have said it's a 5. This is a true 4. So, yeah. I think I'm going to leave this in here, since it is my last one. I'll start with 1. And it says to... Ooh. Chain 13. This, I can feel this is the smallest yarn. And it is a velvet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That, I'm doing it loose, it's almost 5 inches. So I'm going to keep it true and keep going. Chain 1, go on the 13th stitch, crochet 1, yeah. So right now, oh, look at that. That's what I'm saying. If you're not paying attention, example, if you're not counting your stitches and you're not chaining, well, I chain, but I think this is due to being tired. But it's already at 4 and I'm at 12 and it's asking 14 rows. I think I'm good because originally for the 13 is good, but look what happened. It just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That is a prime example of not paying attention to your side end stitches. That's what happens. But anyway, let me cut this off. And let me take the counter off. Take a sip of my drink. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 swatches in one video. But as you can see, the different sizes, even if it says gauge 4, they weren't all the same, and they called for different, look at that, they called for different hooks too. So what did you think of this video? Was it informative enough for you? Well, if not, I hope it was at least entertaining. Well, okay, this has been a really long video, but I'm glad that I did this little yarn review. It was very informative. Hopefully it was for you as well. And if not, if it was entertaining. So I think I'm going to end it here. I'm very tired. I gotta rest my hands and grab some dinner, and I will catch you on my next video. And with that, I want to thank you for watching one of my videos here at the K-May Crochet Studio, and just enjoy the rest of your evening, as I am just going to sit back and relax. Well, I'm going to put all this yarn away first. Anyway, have a great day. Bye for now. Until next time, don't forget to keep crocheting. Bye, guys.